This is Jonathan Chiriafaro listening Fascination Street podcast.
Yeah, AV in your ears. That's Ambush V giving you this audio visual down the most interesting street in the world with my boy Steve. Fascination Street, you already know. Let's get it when you whip in the Fascination Street. What do you?
Welcome back, Streetwalkers. This is a return appearance with singer-songwriter Makenzie Phipps. In this episode, we do not do the where did you come from, where you going kind of a thing, whole life backstory. So go check that out if you missed it in her first appearance, which came out a few months ago. In this episode, we talk about some of the things that have been going on over those last few months. She has won awards, which we talked about. She has worked with some really, really special people that we talk about. And she's released a few new songs since then, and we talk about those as well. We talk about a charity that she is working with. The day that we recorded this, it was a really big auction and gala event benefiting that charity. So that event is over, but you can still donate to the charity if you think it's worth donating to, which I personally do. It benefits the children, and, we'll do anything for the children. Also, on the day that we recorded this, which was November 3rd, 2023, her newest song, Life Gives You Love, debuted everywhere. And because she's super cool, she lets me play it here on the show. So check that out. Don't miss her Christmas song that came out maybe last year. It's a great Christmas song. It's called Christmas Snow. Go stream that everywhere. Let's blow those numbers up. And this is my second conversation with the lovely and talented Makenzie Phipps. She's a hoot.
Prepare to be fascinated. Prepare to be fascinated. Prepare to be fascinated.
Welcome back to Fascination Street Podcast, Makenzie Phipps. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, streetwalkers, if you will, this is a return appearance. Makenzie Phipps was on the show, 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. And that is when we did the whole get to know where you came from to where you are kind of story. So we're not going to do her whole life story this time. So go back and check that one out because it was a lot of fun. It's actually one of my wife's favorite episodes just because it was so much fun. It was a blast. So go back and check that out. We're going to talk about some of the cool stuff that has happened since the last time we were on the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I've been going through the motions because I believe, like you were saying, when we met 4 months ago, I had just moved to Nashville.
That's true.
So it has been a whirlwind of emotions still 4 months in.
I do want to ask you about your move. Did you take Raven with you?
Yes, I did. I don't know where she is. She will probably make a guest appearance at some point because she always knows.
I'm certain that she will show up. Ladies and gentlemen, Raven is her black cat. Don't you cross that path. Now, I have some questions for you. I did say we're not going to cover your whole life story, and that's true. But coming from Bluefield, Virginia, a town of maybe 5,000 people, why didn't you try to make a name for yourself in, bluegrass or Americana music? Why country music?
I had a lot of people, especially when I started meeting different musicians from my area, and a lot of them wanted me to do bluegrass. And although I can appreciate the bluegrass scene and individuals that market themselves into bluegrass, I just felt it really wasn't my calling. I don't really resonate much with the music in general, even though I do enjoy listening to it every now and then. But I always grew up listening to country music. I listened to Loretta and I listened to George and Miranda Lambert and all of them when I was growing up. And I really didn't listen to too much bluegrass other than my family that was musically oriented. They enjoyed picking and doing kind of a bluegrass type feel of music. And I just never really got into it. Like I said, I have a very big appreciation for it. And speaking of bluegrass, I just connected with Rhonda Vincent, the queen of bluegrass.
I saw that.
I love hearing her sing it. I think she does a phenomenal job. I think it is 100% her forte, as she is the queen of bluegrass. But it's just not something that I really see myself doing. I just like being country.
Well, let's talk about Rhonda Vincent. I saw on your Instagram that you ran into her. Where did you run into her? Was it at the Opry?
The first time I ever met Rhonda Vincent was at Country for a Cause last year. And she met so many people. It was probably a blur for her. So she didn't really recognize me, as we only met in the spur of the moment for like maybe 5 minutes max. I recently reconnected with her at the Celebrity Waiters event a couple weeks ago.
I'm sorry, did you say Celebrity Waiters?
Yes, it was a event in honor of raising money for child abuse and everything like that. It was a charity event that I was a part of.
What does that have to do with waiters?
They bring in celebrity waiters, which are people in the public eye and people that do music.
So it's celebrities as waiters for this event?
Yes, except we're not serving food. We are just going and taking donations from people.
Maybe they don't know what waiter means. So you were one of the waiters?
Yes, I was.
And so was Rhonda Vincent?
Yes, she actually came straight from the Opry that night to the event. So she was in her bedazzled pink dress, and as soon as she walked in, everybody was swarming her, and I was like, I'm going to give her some time to breathe. And then I went up to her, and I was talking with her, and she said I did a phenomenal job singing, because you could go up and sing as well during the dinner show.
Wait, hold on. You could go up and sing, or you were supposed to go up and sing?
Oh, I was supposed to go up and sing.
Okay, cool. I'm just like, so people can just get up and go sing, or that's weird.
No, a lot of the lineup was music people. So they had a lineup of people that we were going up and singing a couple songs each, just to keep the event alive with music and entertainment. And towards the end of the night, that's when me and her started just talking more, and she had invited me to come backstage with her at the Opry, and I had suggested to her doing our collab that we did last week on Record Book.
What song?
The Record Book. There's a record book.
It's called Record Book? That's the name of the song?
It's called There's a Record Book.
Oh, that is hilarious. Here I am, all who's on first.
You gave me the most like deer in a headlight stare right there just now. But yes, it's called There's a Record Book. It is a gospel song. She's very popular for it. So I really wanted to do a collab with her on it.
So this is one of her songs that she's known for. And you were like, hey, I have an idea. How about we both sing your really cool song like that?
Yes.
And she was like, that sounds fantastic.
I guess. She was just like, yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do it. And we did it within like, I think 4 days.
Did you do it at the Opry, or where did you record it?
So we actually recorded it, just a simple video that I put up on my socials. We recorded it at her house.
At her house?
Yeah.
Did you steal anything?
No.
No, not like a spoon?
Knowledge.
Oh, so you did. Well, how cool is that? Look at you getting to hang out with all the fancy pants people. Is that why you moved to Nashville, so you could hang out with fancy pantses?
I definitely moved here to meet some of the fancy pantses.
How is that going? If people pay attention to your social media, it seems like you're just meeting everybody. Is that as it seems?
Yeah. Some days are slower than others, and some days are very chaotic, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I just love being down here for the opportunities that I really would not have gotten back in Bluefield.
Well, I think you made the right decision. How are your parents handling you moving so far away?
Well, they moved with me.
Shut up.
They are downstairs right now.
You're messing with me.
No, I'm not.
So even though you're a full-grown adult, I think you're old enough to drink now, which is good considering the newest song you released. So even though you're a grown-up, your whole family moved here with you?
Well, my parents did. My brother's still back in Virginia. We keep trying to persuade him to move here.
He hates you?
No. No, he's got himself a new gal.
Why did your parents move? They were like, you know what? Bluefield is really small and Nashville is really neat.
That was one reason, I guess. But also, they have always been very supportive of my music. I mean, we can all probably assume, for those that do not live in Bluefield, that going from a small town in Virginia to a big city is a lot more financially demanding.
So is Nashville a big city?
Yeah.
I guess compared to Bloomfield, a car dealership is a big city.
Yeah, you're right on that. We got a bunch of car dealers.
How are they liking Nashville?
Oh, they love it. They absolutely love it. So back in Virginia, they had to commute, both of them. They had to commute an hour and a half each way to work.
Did they work at the same place?
No, they worked at separate hospitals. They're both in the medical field.
I remember. So your parents were able to find jobs in Nashville in the medical field and everybody's happy?
Yes, they work 10 minutes from our house.
Do they work at the same place?
Yes, they do now.
Well, that's cool.
It's kind of been a shell shock, though, that they've been trying to get used to, like, because they've always had to travel so far for work.
They're like, what am I do with all this extra time?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. and Mrs. Phipps, download and subscribe to all of the episodes of I'm just kidding. So when you first blew up on the country music platform, Country Rebel, that's when you had your first couple of viral sensations and whatnot. That was cool. And I know you're still friends with them, but you don't really release things on Country Rebel. So where are you gaining momentum from these days?
God. I'd say God.
All right. What a great answer. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Oh, wait.
Occasionally, Country Rebel will share my content every now and then when it is having to do with a certain celebrity. Like if it's a certain anniversary year for a song that was released, or if it was a death anniversary of a very famous country singer. So occasionally they will share my content every now and then, and I do very much appreciate that.
So if it's like a person that you have covered one of their songs, they'll release your version of that dead celebrity or that birthday celebrity song?
Yeah.
Okay.
So from the videos that I had submitted years ago, they go back every now and then and just resubmit them, like repost them. One example is like Patsy Cline's death anniversary was a month or so back, I believe, and they reshared a video of me doing a song of hers. And the same thing with Elvis the other day. I had done.
Hold on, wait a minute. Elvis is dead?
I'm so sorry to break the news.
You heard it here last, folks.
They do every now and then share my content. I very much appreciate that. It definitely sometimes makes me cringe at myself a little bit because, of course, I was 18, 19 years old. So that was a different time of makeup and puberty. And
wait till you're 30 and they're still releasing those videos when you're 18.
Oh, I know. But nowadays, trying to get momentum, it's honestly just a hit or miss, especially with how algorithms work nowadays. I believe we had talked about in the last shoot we did where you can do the most heartfelt thing ever, put so much work into a video and it get a couple hundred or a couple thousand views. And I could film Raven over here with her new holiday bow and it get over 1 million views. So it's very interesting how algorithms work.
I think you mean frustrating, and I agree.
They are very frustrating. But I have noticed, and why I do say God, is because ironically, a lot of my content that does seem to blow up is my gospel and my hymns. Like recently, I kept getting all of these different notifications, like on different videos that I posted months and months and some years ago, and they are primarily hymns. And people just go back to them and flood them with love and views and likes. And it's very interesting how it works.
I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but is there money to be made in gospel? I mean, I know that, everybody else tours and it makes sense that gospel artists would tour as well, but is that a big thing? I
don't really know because I'm not in the field of gospel music.
So would you ever consider transitioning that way, or your heart is with country?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about country is country and gospel kind of go hand in hand because, think about how many country singers that have gospel albums. Like Randy Travis is a big one.
I think it's all of them, right?
Everybody on my page wants me to make a gospel album, which I may very much so do in the future. But they just go hand in hand because, of course, gospel is mainly about the word of God.
Mainly?
Yeah, there's some different stories.
Exclusively, right?
You are correct. There's some songs, like I also consider gospel music being like country gospel. Like I think of Randy Travis and I think of Three Wooden Crosses. And that's not.
I was going to bring up Three Wooden Crosses. Look, it's right here on my little paper. It says Three Wooden Crosses right there. You did a cover fairly recently of Three Wooden Crosses, and I just wanted to say everybody should really go check that out because it sounded amazing.
Thank you. And that was actually the day before my voice went into incognito mode.
Well said.
It was. I had recorded it the day before, and then the day after, I had that one show. It was 3 hours long. It was not my best work. We had to drop literally every single key to every song. My voice was so deep that I could sing Keith Whitley's Don't Close Your Eyes. My voice was so low that I could sing that song in the key Keith Whitley sang it.
How does that make you feel? I mean, I'm sorry. What I mean was, how does that make you feel?
It was very low. But it was very, very low. And after that night, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to sing in the morning. So I had to cancel my shows that were going on the next 2 days after that. And luckily, the establishments were very understanding. And I cannot wait to reschedule those. But after that show I did that night, the next morning, couldn't really talk very well.
Maybe the good Lord was saying, hey, the next time that you sound like Keith Whitley, maybe you should take a break and let your voice rest, heal and things.
I drank so much honey lemon water.
That sounds delightful.
Hey, Streetwalkers, here's a word from our sponsors.
My Grandpa's Grandpa is an award-winning children's book. The story is that a grandfather, me, is tucking in Charlie, my grandson. Like all little children, he starts asking questions at bedtime. The questions he asks are about my grandfather. This book is a great way to think about how you can share stories of your family members with your children and grandchildren. You can order this book by going to Amazon or my website, cool-grandpa.us. If you purchase the book from my website, be sure to use the coupon code FS25 and save 25% on your order of my book, My Grandpa's Grandpa, from now until the end of the year.
Let's get back into it.
You know, there's a saying that's like, when life gives you lemons, blah, blah, whatever. I have a question about Life Gives You Love. That is a new song-ish. Is it new or new?
Came out today.
It came out today?
Yes, today is the premiere of Life Gives You Love.
Where is that going to be? Is that going to be on RFD-TV? Or where is that going? Everywhere?
But yeah, it's streaming everywhere now. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, the whole 9 yards.
What do you think about yourself?
Yeah, so excited.
Okay, so what is this song about? Because nobody's heard it since it just came out today.
Yes, it did today. Y'all go stream it right now.
Today, November 3rd, 2023.
Friday.
A few weeks ago. So tell me about Life Gives You Love. Is this a song that you and Ed Bagley Jr. wrote, or?
Ed Bagley.
No, what's his name? Your boy, Shane Bagley?
Shane. Can't wait to tell him Ed Bagley. At our show, we did a show at Old Red, I think it was last week or the week before, and there was a group of birthday women that were celebrating, and they said they didn't like his name, and they said they were going to call him Chris.
They said, we don't like your name, Shane Bagley. We're going to call you Chris.
Chris. So the whole show, they kept going, let's go, Chris.
That's not annoying at all.
It cracked me up, even though his name's not Shane. That's his middle name.
His first name is Chris. No, his name is Ed Begley Jr. We already discussed that. So tell me about Life Gives You Love. Is this an original? Is this a cover? Is this you and Ed Begley Jr.? I'm just kidding, Shane. Much respect. You're an amazing artist.
I'll be sure to tell him that.
Oh, he'll listen. He's a streetwalker. He listens all the time.
He will. Yes. Life Gives You Love was the last song that my producer, Sal
Oliveri?
Yes, he pitched me 3 out of 6 songs that I went and recorded, and this was the very last one. So he had pitched me the very first single I ever did of his, which was Drag.
So he pitched these like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Drag is amazing, by the way. We talked a lot about that on your first appearance. I'm sorry I keep interrupting you. Please go ahead.
Okay. And then he had done a little of both. And then now Life Gives You Love is the last one that Sal had pitched to me. But I just love the song. This song was probably the song we had the most fun working on in studio because it was probably the most different from all of the other 5 songs because it's got more of a soulful element to it as well as country. But a lot of people on my page that don't really get to go to my shows don't see that I do like to break out soulful blues elements every now and then with my singing. Like at my shows, I do a very, very bluesy, soulful version of Tennessee Whiskey.
It gets even more bluesy and soulful?
Yes, I pour my heart out. But I just loved Life Gives You Love. I loved the whole song of it because it's just talking about whether you're looking, whether you're not, if life gives you love, take it and run. Don't even question it. Just go with the flow and see what happens. Because some people out there, I do feel, especially with the topic of love, especially if they got into a very bad breakup or something happened in their love life and they're like, oh, I'm never going to date again. I'm going to be single the rest of my life. I'm not going to look for anybody. And out of nowhere, the right person could come at any moment. And you just have to accept what fate could be offering. It may not be the person for you at the time, but it doesn't mean that you don't continue to just let opportunities come and let fate bring people into your lives, because I believe sometimes the Lord puts people in your life for a reason, whether that's to teach you valuable lesson in life on any kind of spectrum. You know, I feel he puts people in your life that should only be there short term, or he brings people in your life that'll be there for the rest of your life. And I do feel that this song can kind of portray that message in a way too, because the chorus literally says, life gives you love, take it and run. Don't ask no questions. No second guesses on if it's too good to be true.
Wow, how beautiful. I can understand why you like that song.
Go find love.
We're going to talk about another song in a minute, but first, fairly recently, within the last, 4 to 6 to maybe 8 weeks or so, you received the first ever Alice Rising Star Award. And this was sort of a surprise to you, right?
It was. It was a surprise.
Tell me about that day. What happened?
Oh my gosh. So I felt terrible. I could not make it for the actual Alice Awards, which was held that Saturday, because I was actually in Virginia for the weekend doing shows. And they were like, well, we would love for you to come to our brunch ceremony that Sunday and sing. And I was like, I'm going to be in Virginia, so I'm going to have to drive all the way back after the show so I could be there Sunday. We had a show in Tazewell, Virginia, and I believe it was from 5:30 to 7:30. And after that, we drove all the way back to Nashville.
Who's we? You and Shane?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we got home till 12:30, 1 in the morning. We went to bed and then woke up at 7 in the morning so that we could go to this brunch. And him and I went and we sang, and they were like, we have a special gift for you. And they gave me that beautiful award. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's blue and accented and so beautiful. And I was so honored to have been given that award.
It's very pretty. And what is the award for? What is the Alice Award?
So the Alice Awards, the award itself was presented to me for women, film, and television. But they wanted to recognize all that I have done with music. And they were like, we're going to make her a Rising Star Award. And I was just so surprised. And I was so tired too that day. So I felt bad because I really didn't have too much emotion because I was just like a zombie and in shock too.
The first ever Rising Star Award. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Where is it? Is it next to your Josie Award?
Yes. So right now in our house, unfortunately, we are renting this house and we cannot put nails in the wall, so I haven't been able to put any shelves on my wall right now. So it is currently safely stored in its box until I can get a shelf made.
Are you familiar with I guess it's a rock band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers? The bass guitar player, his name is Flea. They have won a ton of Grammys over their 30-year career or something like that. He keeps his Grammys in the guest restroom.
It's odd.
It is odd. And he said that the reason that he does that is so that whenever guests come over and go to the restroom, they won't forget how cool he is. I'm not saying you should put your awards in the bathroom, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. This is cute. So today is the day, November 3rd, 2023, the day we're recording this. So sorry, listeners, we're in the past. And that is the day that Life Gives You Love was released everywhere. Go find it. But also, everyone listening, streetwalkers, if you will, like I said, we're recording this on Friday, November 3rd, 2023. That said, this will be old by the time this news comes out. But, Makenzie, tell everyone what you're doing tonight.
I am going to the wonderful event called Amp Up for Kids.
What is Amp Up for Kids?
Amp Up for Kids is a big organization. We are going to raise money for underprivileged kids to have a very nice Christmas.
And so this is a gala event, which apparently is going to feature you singing. And also, I'm assuming maybe a sit-down dinner, and then there's an auction.
Yes.
One of the coolest things in that auction, like I said, by the time this comes out, that auction will be over because I think there's 10 hours left or something like that. But currently, as we speak, I am the highest bidder for the G-Bird Gibson acoustic guitar signed by Dolly Parton. I don't expect I'm going to win this, but if I do, I'll post pics of it all over Fascination Street Pod's social media accounts. Wouldn't that be the neatest thing ever? But even though this event is going to be well over by the time this episode comes out, like Makenzie said, everybody can still go to, is it Amplified Music?
Musicamplifies.com.
Amplifies with an S.
Yes, amplifies.com. And you can go and donate whenever you feel is best.
Wow.
I'll be amazed if you win that guitar. That'll be cool.
Wouldn't that be neat? Like Makenzie said, people can go to musicamplifies.com and donate to this really neat and special cause, which I had not heard of. That is really cool. How did you come to be involved in this event?
My lovely PR team had introduced it to me. And over the last couple of years, I have went and done different events like this to help raise money, especially back in my hometown, for kids to have a very nice Christmas, because I feel Christmas is one of the most important days for a child. Even though sometimes I feel we all may forget the true meaning of Christmas with the Lord, I do think it is a holiday that a lot of children look forward to because they want Santa to bring all of their gifts.
I agree. I think it's a very special day. It's a very special time in a young person's life because once you get older, it's not the same. It's not even anywhere close. I don't even know if anything ever compares to the excitement of Christmas and waking up on Christmas Day and trying to go to sleep on Christmas Eve, but you just can't because you're so excited. I don't know if there's many things that compare to that as an adult. So I think it's really cool that you're part of this. Also, I think you should write a song called The Real Meaning of Christmas.
I have written one Christmas song.
I know. Let's talk about that. The holiday season is upon us. I want to hear a story about how you wrote that song very last minute and then recorded it and things.
Did we talk about this in the last one? I can't even remember.
I don't think that we did. We might have mentioned that you did a Christmas song, but I don't think we discussed how last minute you and Shane pulled this off.
Talk about PTSD. So this was before, I believe, I went into studio with Sal to do the songs. But at this time, I really hadn't had anything going on yet with releasing music. So my PR company was like, you should write a Christmas song. I was like, cool. And by that, I'm going to go and ask Shane, out of the thousands upon thousands of songs he's written, what Christmas song we should do of his. And I came to realize he had never written one. So we're going to try to write one. It's so funny. I love telling this part of the story. So Life 360, people out there know what it is. Many teenagers hate it. The tracking app that you get on your phone.
What is that?
Life 360? You don't know what that is?
My kids are 30, so I don't know what that is.
So Life 360 is an app that you can put on your phone. It's mainly used for parents using it for kids, knowing where they are.
Like to track?
Yes. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Can I put that on my wife's phone?
Yes, you can. Me and my friends have made a little bubble so we know where each other are.
Oh, that's really sweet. Especially nowadays when youngsters are dating, it's good for somebody else to know where the heck they are.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of teenagers hate it.
I'm sure.
My parents and I have had it since I could start driving, because I would also drive to Gatlinburg to do shows, and they wanted to make sure that I would get to places safely with traveling. We still have it, even though I'm 21 years old. We still have it, and I honestly think I use it more than them.
Wait, you're checking on them more than they're checking on you?
Yeah, because if my dad's at Walmart, I'll text him and be like, hey, can you bring me this? Or, hey, can you go get me food?
Does he freak out? He's like, man, how did she know I was at Walmart?
No, because they are well aware that we still have this app,
That
this
is
circle.
so funny.
But anyways, this is the funny part of the story that I love. So Shane and I had made arrangements multiple times to sit down and write the song together. And every time we tried, we always got writer's block. I remember one time me and him, we got together, we were trying to write, we couldn't, hours later. And I got the little alert on my phone and it said, Mom has arrived home. And back in Virginia where our subdivision was, that meant she entered the subdivision. So I had maybe like 2 minutes before she pulled in to the house. So I remember I looked, I said, we got to go. She's going to ask what we got, and we still ain't got nothing, and we are getting down to the wire. We got to leave. So we got in our car, and we went and got food. And she texted, she was like, how's the song going? And we were like, oh, it's great. It's almost done. So it got so down to the wire. It really did before we started recording. And I remember I texted him at work, and I was like,
did you know he was at work because you were looking at your 360? Where are you?
No, he just works 5 days a week.
Okay.
And I texted him, I was like, you're going to have to send me what you have. I'm going to have to look at it, write, put music, and figure it out. And he was like, okay. So he sent me, he had a verse and a chorus.
It's a good thing he had that with him at work.
He writes like I do. We write on our phones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he sent me a copy of what he already had, which was the first verse and the chorus. And I tweaked around some things.
So everybody listening, if you happen to run into Makenzie Phipps or Shane Bagley, steal their phone. Okay, go ahead.
He sent me all of that. I changed it. I wrote the rest of the song. I put music to it. I said, come over after work. We have to go over it. He came, we went, we played the song, finalized. I was like, we got it. We're going to go in studio and record this. And we went, and it exceeded all of my expectations.
What did?
The song.
Which is called?
Christmas Snow.
Christmas Snow. How did that song perform? I know you had a deadline, which means that it was for something. How did it do?
It was good. Right now, since we are going into the holiday season, people can go out there and stream it because it is, unfortunately, the lowest streamed song I have on my Spotify.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it only just came out last Christmas, right?
2 Christmases ago.
Oopsies.
Maybe this is the second Christmas. I can't. Everything is a blur, Steve.
Yeah.
Everything is a blur. I woke up the other day and I thought it was Thursday and it was Tuesday.
Wow. The life of a country star.
All a blur.
It's all confusing. Everybody go check it out. It's called Christmas Snow.
Hey, Streetwalkers, here's a word from our sponsors.
Hey everybody, it's your man Aaron McCargo Jr. Yes, Chef Aaron McCargo Jr., your man AMJ is here with great products for you to use. The sauce and the spice. How do you use it? Well, think of it this way. Anything that you want to add that big bold flavor to, whether it be proteins, whether it be vegetables, whether it be starches, or just your favorite popcorn or french fries, sprinkle the spice or use your sauce in the way that I like to use it, whether mixing it into my ground beef, my ground chicken, to saute my veggies, to roast my potatoes. It's endless what you can do with it. So go to chefaaronmccargo.com, get your sauce and spice today, and believe me, it's the only thing you're going to need to make food taste great. All right, I'll holler at you. Peace.
Let's get back into it.
I noticed that you added a few new items to your online store. Now you're selling your newest singles on CDs.
Yeah.
First of all, what is a CD?
Oh, Lord. It is a disc that you can play. Not in many cars anymore.
So tell me about your most recent singles. Which ones are you selling on your website in CD form?
I am selling a little of both, Drag and You Bring the Beer. And I am going to be purchasing Life Gives You Love soon to add as well.
Where can people find these CDs? I know I said it's on your website. What's your website?
It is on my Shopify, which is on my website at MakenziePhipps.com.
Let's talk about beer.
This is going to be so funny.
You are just now 21, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So now you're allowed to sing this song.
Yeah.
The new song, ladies and gentlemen, is called You Bring the Beer, I'll Bring the Noise. I say new song, but it's not even your newest one since Life Gives You Love came out today. So tell me about You Bring the Beer, I'll Bring the Noise. They have to bring the beer because when you wrote this, you weren't old enough to go get the beer?
Well, Shane wrote this song. We wanted an upbeat song, and we wanted to write it about my upbringing in my hometown. So he decided to write about a lot of different things about Bluefield and just living in Virginia. And then we were like, well, what can we do to make it a party song? So let's just add beer.
So wait, is he from Bluefield?
No, he is from Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
I don't know what that means, but is he in Nashville?
Yes.
Was he already in Nashville when you started working with him?
No, so he had actually grew up here. So where Hopkinsville is in Kentucky, it's about, I have no idea how far it is from Clarksville, but that's where Shane went to high school, Clarksville, Tennessee. So he was very familiar with the Nashville, Tennessee scene.
Got you. Okay. So you guys have been working together for a long time. Is he the reason that you moved to Nashville, or is Nashville the reason you moved to Nashville? Nashville
is the reason I moved to Nashville.
Nice. So you bring the beer, I'll bring the noise. It debuted on RFD-TV a few weeks ago.
Yes.
This is going to sound crazy, but remember how I don't know what Live 360 is, or Live 360, or whatever you called it? What is RFD-TV? What's really funny is that I interviewed one of the people who created RFD-TV, and I still don't know what it is.
You don't know what RFD-TV is? It's rural America's most important TV network.
Wait, it's rural America's most important TV network.
Yes. I don't know where the RFD comes into play, but
that comes from a little town called Mayberry. Now, why did you decide to release the song on RFD-TV?
They have a very big following. They have over 500,000 followers. And now that I'm down in Nashville, I wanted to reach out to different TV platforms.
So is RFD-TV a Nashville thing?
I mean, I went to record it in Nashville.
At their place?
Yeah, like in their studio.
Oh, rad. So was this a live performance?
Yes.
So you debuted this song, You Bring the Beer, I'll Bring the Noise, live on RFD-TV?
Yes.
What was that like?
It was very fun. I like going to TV stations and singing.
Does it always amaze you how small they are once you get there? Because they look so huge on TV, but then they're just like a tiny little closet.
Well, their stations are definitely bigger than the one we had back home, which was WVVA, that I've been on a lot. But yeah, they're definitely a lot bigger than back home's TV station.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you can say no. I asked you last time, and last time you grabbed your guitar and you played a song live. Hey, oh, by the way, how is your mama?
She's good.
She's okay? I know she's not okay, but she's doing all right?
Yes. She's got a lot of cats.
Okay, cool. Y'all can go back and listen to the last episode. We talked a lot about her mama. And the reason I bring that up is because last time you grabbed a guitar and you sang your song Life's Game live, which was super dope. I'm not going to ask you to do that again right now because I know you're getting over sounding like Jeremiah the Bullfrog. But I do have a question. I want to play one of your new songs, but I don't know which one. So first of all, can I play one of your new songs? And second of all, can you pick which one? It's going to be tough to say. Oh, first, can I play one of your songs?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You have to pick which one. I'm going to give you 3 choices and only 3 choices. Okay. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Life Gives You Love, which just came out today. Everybody should probably go stream that on Spotify.
That was the one I was going to pick.
But you don't even know what the other 2 are yet.
I'm probably going to say either Life Gives You Love, You Bring the Beer, or Drag.
No. Why would I do that? You're crazy. You're way off. Life Gives You Love, You Bring the Beer, I'll Bring the Noise, or Christmas Snow.
Let's do it. Life Gives You Love since it's debut today.
Introduce it like you're a radio DJ if you can stop yawning long enough to do so.
Oh my gosh. Hey y'all, it's Makenzie Phipps here, and you are about to hear my new single, Life Gives You Love.
That was amazing. Was that your radio DJ voice? That was pretty dope.
Yes.
I've had my heart broken by a lot of the wrong guys. I've kept it close when everything was going right. It's hard to know when it's real and when it won't work out in the end. But regret is gonna hurt a whole lot worse than taking a chance when life gives you love. Take it and run. Don't ask no questions, no second guessing on if it's too good to be true. Don't waste no time walking the line. Don't learn that lesson. I'm proof here confessing that when life gives you love, take it and run. I won't lie, I was waiting for the other shoe to fall, but you kept trying to show me we could have it all. But I pushed and you pulled, kept me hooked like you weren't giving up yet. Thank God one of us knew what to do. Oh, well, life gives you love. Take it and run. Don't ask no questions, no second guessing on if it's too good to be true. Don't waste no time walking the line. Don't learn that lesson. I'm proof here confessing that when life gives you love, take it and run. Oh, take it and run. When life gives you love, take it and run. Don't ask no questions, no second guessing on if it's too good to be true. Don't waste no time walking the line. Oh, don't learn that lesson. I'm proof here confessing that when life gives you love, take it and run. Take it and run. When life gives you love, take it and run.
That's really sweet. Thank you. I hope that song breaks all of the records. As we're winding to a close, so is 2023. What's in store for Makenzie and her fans for 2024?
I got some things in the works right now.
Oh, cool. Way to be specific. Could you be any vaguer?
I can't legally disclose at the moment.
She said legally. I love that. So you have some things in the works. So people should just tune in to all of your social media things to find out what's going on with you.
Yes.
And what might those social media things be?
I am on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. Look up Makenzie Phipps, Makenziephips. And I'm also on my website, MakenziePhipps.com. And you can go and look at all of the things I have going on, and hopefully I will be able to show what I have in the works soon.
Are there any plans to tour? Maybe to, I don't know, San Antonio, Texas?
I have some dates for 2024. They still got to be worked out. I don't know if I will get to Texas next year.
Don't you have an aunt here who you like so much?
Yeah, I have a uncle and aunt.
In what, Corpus Christi or something?
Yes. They're right now renovating their house, and they are suffering.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Well, don't play at their house under renovation because it will sound terrible. But get on down to San Antonio and I'll bring the beer and you bring the noise. Makenzie Phipps, Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day and your hectic writing and singing schedule to hang out and let us get to know even more about you on Fascination Street Podcast. I really appreciate it.
I have so much fun talking to you, and hopefully this will be your wife's new favorite episode.
You don't know me, bro. So before I let you go, again, is there anything we didn't talk about or I didn't ask you about specifically that you wanted to talk about? Is there anything else that you wanted to maybe promote or tell everybody to go stream besides Christmas Snow?
You can go stream my new single, Life Gives You Love, available everywhere, as well as ring in the holiday spirit with Christmas Snow and drink a good old beer till you bring the beer, I'll bring the noise. And if you can't decide between chips or chocolate, just have a little of both while listening to that single. And I'm not going to pitch drag in some kind of manner. So go check out Drag.
Drag is a really cool song that also has something to do with the drinking. I really enjoyed that song and also all of the songs. And I think I told you last time that I have a little playlist that's just for my own personal use of all the songs that have been played on my show. I play it around the house and I play it in the car and stuff like that. And every time the song Life's Game, where you busted out your guitar and sang it right then, every time that comes on, I can't help it, but a huge smile just washes over my face. It's a really sweet song. Everybody, I don't know if you have released it anywhere yet. Hopefully you have.
It is on Facebook.
It is on your Facebook? Everybody go check that out for sure. That is a really, really sweet song, and there's a great meaning behind it. It's heartwarming and touching. Also, everybody, if you have the chance, go ahead and go to musicamplifies.com and donate to that super neat and special cause that we talked about earlier, which is dope, and for the children's.
Yes.
Makenzie, thank you again. I really, really appreciate your time, and I want you to have a very special holiday season in your new town of Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I always enjoy talking with you because it is a hoot.
It is a hoot. Y'all heard it here first. Well, thank you again. Have a great rest of your day. And I appreciate your time and also your parents kind of keeping it down with all their pots and pans banging and whatnot downstairs.
Well, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day.
I hope you have a great day. Bye, Makenzie.
Bye.
Bye. Opening music is the song FSP Theme, written, performed, and provided by Ambush Vin. Closing music is from the song Say My Name off the 2021 album Underdog Anthems, used with permission from Jax Hollow. If you like the show, tell a friend, subscribe, and rate and review the show on iTunes and wherever else you download podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the episodes are available there as well. Check me out on Vero at Fascination Street Pod and TikTok at Fascination Street Pod. And again, thanks for listening.